On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Sunday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name Sunday the day when some of the regular ones them out there traverse the church. So whilst doing so, my peeps, please remember On The Spot News Media, it's loyal viewers and subscribers in your immediate prayers. You definitely see how Jamaica run right and now, so you know for sure. So we need that to know more than ever. And to all of the regular ones them out there in the kitchen I deal with the finger licking chicken, you don't know, blessings upon this red rice and roaster day. And also happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And to everyone else out there who is just going about your regular business from Moran Point to Negril Point. Safe travel, pan the gravel, and continuously look out on the corner yai Kaswa. The old dirty corner boy them. Always out there. Alerts. Yeah man. So in the morning, I'm a peeps, so I got kick it off with an international story where this Jamaican female, presently on your screen, identified as Shontal Wright. She has been convicted of aggravated felony drug trafficking. So ICE New Orleans arrested her and she will be in the custody of ICE New Orleans pending removal proceedings. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. But anyway, make we kick it off locally. Listen.
Some of them might be in a tool and I'm ear loudspeaker. Me fast, so I'm take a listening ears to what's happening. Lo and behold, JFJ, I tell people say them are going to protest the Ministry of Justice office, and if them interested in going, transportation will sort out and XYZ. I'm in the hear no mention of the 9-year-old girl that was killed last night. I'm sure them wake up this morning and them say that on news. But when I find myself today on loudspeaker, I recruit people for the Ministry of Justice go wait name there? Go demonstrate against police killing? Hey JFJ, pack it up.
So we all have our reservations about JFJ. But we can't even too blame them still in my peeps. It's sad to say. But because we are going off what the name says, Jamaicans for Justice. So we just basically forge a meaning in our head of what that name should represent. But their mandate speaks totally different to what their name indicates. So on your screen is the mandate of the Jamaicans for Justice, the JFJ. The mandate focuses on advocating for transparency, accountability, and good governance in Jamaica, with a primary emphasis on protecting the rights of victims of state action, meaning police, soldier, correctional officer, or any government body. Alright? So particularly those affected by the security forces, police and military, as I just stated. So JFJ, them say them is a non-profit, non-partisan, non-violent organization founded in 1999. So here's a more detailed breakdown, and I can't read the rest of that on your own, but I gotta look upon the victims of state action. So JFJ's core focus is on individuals whose rights have been violated by state actors, especially members of the security forces. So basically, in essence, them a say, them a focus on the people them where the police, quote unquote, deal with in a certain type of way. And who is that for the most part? Criminal elements. So basically the JFJ I say, yo, we not there for the regular members of Chan Public. We there for the people them will come out and black road and ball, say police and soldier, slap with them family member. And we know for sure that 98% of the cases where the police them slap with boy a road are dirty kind of boy them. Yeah, man. Me nah go say 1 and 2 cases the police them not act out of what they should and probably take the life of somebody who did not deserve it. But trust and believe, 98% of the time, the police of Jamaica and the soldiers, them get it right. So JFJ basically I say, in so many words, that their support is for criminal elements. Now we are going to go over there in a John's Road here, so where grief, outrage, and vows to secure justice following the hold and take of this little girl presently on your screen, identified as Kelsie Farin. A criminal element, a big old dirty grey tone man. Hold down the little pitney. From you look on this little pitney, you see say, she don't have no chance to really fight back from that criminal element that made an advance. She was doomed from the get-go. Now, her life was taken by the criminal element. And sad to say, he's still out there on the run, breathing the precious air of the Almighty Creator. So we're going to hear from some of the residents in Spanish Town and also Deputy Superintendent of Police, the man in charge of operations in the St. Catherine North Police Division. That's Superintendent Comendo Toms. So listen to what go on the ground. Yeah, man.
You just come from jail yesterday. Jailing come from off a said rape case. Bailing get. Normally when me come from rape, all of them would have the right here, so would be in my yard and me cook and give them. Till the mother come. When me come, I big brother alone, me see and him say, can't find the people. So I say, you mean by you can't find the little girl? And thing, and I see me so, he say, I go back a bed. So me go, you know, so me take a rest, my bed. When me hear him come and me do, I say, you don't know, so one boy kill my sister and push him in the bed. You say, what you say? I saw come make you all out jump up now and talk and go find a little bit in the bed.
She bright. She bright. She have a future either. She bright. Pretty girl. Come let me look upon her, you see her, she a smile.
And then worse, we are in Child's Month.
And Jesus, Father. We are in Child's Month and this happen. We're supposed to take care. We're supposed to be a village or everybody.
We, the police, have commenced investigation and we have strong leads thus far. We know the direction in which we are pursuing this case and we are asking for the perpetrator. Please turn yourself in. This is a very difficult and emotional one for both the police and also the family members. We want for justice to prevail and we'll be leaving no stones unturned for this one.
So now, my peeps, we have just entered into Child's Month, just a few days into Child's Month. And today, we celebrate Mother's Day. Now, please consider the excruciating pain now being felt by this child's mother, whose name is Georgia Anderson. Please lift her up in prayer today. Can you imagine the pain that the mother, family members and friends and neighbors and the entire school community is going through at this present moment? We get to understand, say, the Ministry of National Security has put in place $2 million in a reward fund for any information leading to the arrest, capture, or loss of life of the criminal element who carried out this brutal and wicked act on this 9-year-old girl. Now, I want to know if you really sit back and think, all the females them in a job lane, all the mothers in Jamaica far and wide because the boy ain't gone too far, Somebody know exactly which part him there. So if you're a mother, a grandmother, and you know which part that boy you there, pan to the day, and you not say nothing, you're just as evil and wicked, just like this criminal element here. We take that little pitney their life. A day like today, Mother's Day, can you imagine the grief-stricken mother, what she is going through? Oftentimes I see roadblocks for criminal elements, people defending the rights to their lives. So what happened? Kelsie life no matter. Kelsie's life no matter. Today on Mother's Day, we should have woke up to all the mothers in Jubilee, all the mothers in Spanish Town, and by extension, all the mothers in the parish of St. Catherine, out there in their numbers, advocating for the loss of life of this child. But it continues to be quiet. The eerie silence that echoes from Moran Point to Negril Point. Persons taken to social media and dropping a comment. Whilst I do say, yes, that's fine. But we need to see physical action. We need to see bodies out there. Placard bearing mothers out there who should stand in solidarity with the mother of the child who lost her life to that criminal element. We should see churches not inside the buildings praying, but out there advocating for this child. That is what we should be seeing. But if the police kill not done, the whole of Brunswick Avenue, the whole of the highway, the whole of Joe Lane, you would have block up the whole place anywhere you figure find the old fridge and old stove, all tree stump from you would have go find it and block the roads. And I'm not saying that you are to block the roads for this, but I'm saying we should have seen the streets of Spanish Town lined with women and children bearing placards advocating for the life of this child. It really sad in Jamaica. How much more of this are we going to allow to happen? Because unfortunately, Jamaica has been down this road way too many times. Just 2 years ago, remember, Jamaica was rocked with the gruesome fatality of 8-year-old Daniel Rowe, and a female carried out that brutal act on that child. No roadblocks, no protest. And in January of 2022, this country was stunned by the savage loss of life of 9-year-old Gabriel King. Nothing, no roadblocks, no protest. And we also remember Shanika Anderson in downtown Kingston, and also the case of 14-year-old Tanya Francis, where the man forced himself in her, knife her up, and then burn her body when she was on her way to buy a meal from a community shop in Arnett Gardens. It took place in August of 2018. and many others in between that. The story I covered about that little girl in Portland. The same day, something similar happened to one in St. Anne, Jamaica. How many more of our most vulnerable, our children, our future, shall we lose before we wake up and see these criminal elements exactly for who they are? Now, people can say whatever they wish to say about On The Spot News Media. I care zero. But when it comes on to our nation's most vulnerable, our children, I take that personally. But we're going to leave it right there for today. But we're not going to stop for burn the fire. We're not stop until that criminal element, Giovanni, is caught or taken out. Whichever way they want to do it, I care zero. But he needs to be off our nation's streets. And I take this time also to advocate that the government put in place a register. Once you are that type of offender, you should be placed in a national register where it is easily accessible via Google, because everybody nowadays have a smartphone. And if for whatsoever reason that criminal element is out on bail for that specific type of act, whether it was perpetrated against a child or a grown person, whichever community that criminal element will be residing in should definitely be told that, hey, this person is now within your space. So help us keep an eye on him or her, because they are presently out on bail for this or for that. That is what should happen right now in Jamaica. So let us all advocate for these amendments to be made. So anyway, make we continue. Now we're going to talk about the fatal knockings and clappings of the taxi operator. We end up losing 3 points on Old Harbour Road. So the St. Catherine and North Police is presently investigating the fatal knockings and clappings of the taxi driver and also the wounding of a passenger after his vehicle came under gunfire from criminal elements aboard a motorcycle on Friday evening along Old Harbour Road, vicinity Featherbed Lane, right there. So the slain transport operator still remains unidentified, but the passenger is said to be in serious condition in the hospital. So now we're going to hear from the man in charge of operations, that's Deputy Superintendent of Police, Commando Tams, as he weighs in on this latest fatality in his police division. Now listen.
The men fled the scene, and as such, we began investigations which we are pursuing. We are following very strong leads at this moment. We want, however, for persons who may have witnessed this incident to share that information with us. We want also for the perpetrators of this incident to turn themselves in, as we will be leaving no stones unturned. The division has been having a tremendous period in terms of reduction in serious crime. This is our first murder since the beginning of May.
And I do hope that at the last one for the rest of the month, or the first and the last. But when On The Spot News Media talk to some people in the streets and I try to figure out why they would have come take the taxi man life just like that, most persons on the ground I say, boy, is a taxi man who kind of face a certain way still, You know them type of taxi man they where treat them car a certain type of way and just allow people to just deal with them any old type of way. And we get to understand, say, like, him say certain words to a certain individual. And the individual internalize and take it personal and call it a this. And circle back and come slap out him head back. Now tell me now, is that reason enough to take somebody's life? Me I telling you now, my peeps, Jamaicans, yard and abroad, it's like some away, no respect life, none at all. Even the dog on the street start get better treatment than our own black brothers and sisters. So that's why when time I say, when I love jump up on certain bandwagon and I talk about black life matters, you know, I just sit back and fold me and just laugh at somehow, you know. Because if black life really matters so much, why we have such a high black on black crime rate? Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about, you know, my peeps, is coming out of the Manchester Police Division, where we have seen 3 fatal knockings and clappings in Manchester in basically a 48-hour period. Now we have seen since last year that most of the knockings and clappings them are going to Manchester, going in and around an era where a bar or party are going. And the police them put in them stringent measures and I enforced the curfews. And it took down the knockings and clappings somewhat. And the bar owners and entrepreneurs in the areas, I said, boy, the police I give them business a fight. You no need to pick a side and stay upon it. You no need to decide what is it that you no really want. For the police effectively fight crime and violence, them are go infringe upon the rights of the regular members of Chan Public somewhat. And I just saw the thing set. You know have to give, forget. If you no really want to get rid of crime, allow the police to do what they need to do to curtail the crime situation in our parish. Now, a man end up lose him 3 pints in a place known as Banana Ground that go on early Saturday morning. So the man in question is presently on your screen and he has since been identified as Omar Allen, said to be in his early 40s, and he's also a resident of Banana Ground. So reports reaching on the Spot News Media would suggest that sometime around 3:20 a.m., Omar Allen heard strange sounds coming from a bar which is operated by his spouse, which is adjoined to their home. Now, I get to understand him come out, figure investigate, to find out what go on with that strange sound there. And when him come out, 3 criminal elements, armed to the teeth, name the man food, just like that. Can him up, whole heap of can too, and just 1 or 2, his body was found riddled with bullets. Residents believe that the culprits scoped out the area on Friday as 2 strange men were seen in the vicinity after alighting from a motor vehicle similar to the one described by the police that the criminal elements escaped in. So this is the reason why I say to you people, you no need to say something when you no see something, you no see strange man in the area. Call the police, make the police check them out. If them good, it's all good and fine. But at least you know say them good. Take nothing at all for granted. Now we're going to hear from Omar Allen's brother, his older brother, Christopher Allen, as he weighs in on this latest fatality in his family. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough.
My younger brother man, I no get nothing name trouble. When my sister call me, I tell me, say my brother dead. I say, no sir. And when I come up from here, I cannot believe my man no get no trouble. No time at all. He run the cat in a market, in do every good thing for hustling, for him picking them or anything. You know, him no trouble make me now look for this year and last week, them at time them bury him brother. Now that's something they expect this year to go on. I mean, no matter the woman who in there with that no cause nothing but just people are bad men and see him and just grudging to him in a life or something. And a working man. I no believe that part. Then up till now, me too need them a walk. I no believe that way they say they gone with my brother soul. This morning, me get up now the 4 o'clock hours. The day I hear my sister call me and say, Christopher, me say, yo, then kill my brother now. Me say, nothing about some man. And after that, now, me see one I go down and so me get to find out say something real. I when come over here, now, me see the amount of crowd and tape line and so on. And he didn't want to ignore. After that, now me get to find out saying that pitch out. He said he can get shot in the head. And when I come here, so now the man me see some form of blood and so on. And I say, yeah man, all farmer fly. You know, I expect him to go live and so on.
How old is your brother? Tell us something about him.
Well, I don't remember the age, you know.
But as a person, what kind of person?
I look at him about 43-year-old. Now they back it there. I'm a 49-year-old.
As a person, how would you describe him?
Well, as a quiet, humble, slim guy, humble guy, no trouble. My everybody cooperate and my man running joke and I've been go and cat in the market, I've been go shop in the market. When the man evening time he gone out on the coast lane see away. I don't expect that for nobody to say, boy, I don't know if a grudging for what I do or what. You understand? A man just humble and he could think of keep him a man, he could support you and come back in. I've been family, I've been nice picking them. Right now I'm picking them right now when I'm here I go to them dads right now. I feel them feel right now to them dads.
I heard he was supposed to have an event this morning. Like
yeah, today.
Or a drink out.
A drink out right here, so. And then join them drink out party all the while a week, a year time or so on. And when we hear that now, I'm surprised to know that I know it's a boy today in drink out. And me and people are planning to support him. I first we see this happening here. First, they want to tear down the bar them up here, yes, but I first this year shooting here, so pretty good time going in here. We not expect this. We not expect this other going in here. Last week Saturday my time, my brother go down. Rain fall and my brother go down last week Saturday my time, and when his sister them they are apparent here now. His sister them post everybody cut up about it and you know say boy I don't know troublemaker, helpful. And when he come at your place I see he have certain things and he may help you. And if you ask him to help, he may help you see we don't expect that from him, for nobody.
Very sad news for such an early in Saturday morning. Normally this is a very quiet farming community and I'm very concerned about the spate of murders in Manchester. Thursday at the council meeting we would have mentioned to the police and give them the recommendations for keeping the crime down to a certain level. I think there's a 30% reduction in major crimes in Manchester. And to see immediately after that report, we got reports of 2 other murders within Manchester within the space of that 24 hours and now 48 hours after there's another murder. So we are concerned about the spike that happened this week. There are 3 homicides in Manchester for this particular week. So we hope that everything can be able to go back to the normalcy and some calm come back to the parish. I want to urge the citizens that we will do everything with the police to ensure that whatever spike is happening, that we can contain it. But I want to express my condolences to Omar's family because I was at his brother's funeral on Saturday. So this family is going through tremendous loss at this time. They just buried someone last week Saturday and now to see that somebody has died. And I just want to caution persons while they're at bars. There was a young dancer who was killed at a bar. Now Omar is being killed at another bar. So persons have to be vigilant while they're in the space of bars or community spaces. This seems to be a
So
robbery.
Manchester residents, proprietors, bar owners, una need to make up on mind what exactly una need. Is either una need the fatality rate in our community, in our parish to go down, or una want the police to continue to lift the curfew so una can party till all hours of morning and make the knackies and clappies them come in and slaughter una residents. That same money there where una a make I got turn around, bury them people there. See DHQ chicken there. If the curfew was still in place, then the party would not go on. The bar would not be open until them hours of morning there. And chances are she would have still there St. Elizabeth, which part she come from. And she would be safe today. And many others, like Chicken, will end up lose her 3 pints in a party setting in a Manchester. On a need to understand what the police is doing is not to fight against the business people, but more so to protect the interests of the business people and the regular members of Chan Public. But anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in a subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.